Prager. I am a furry American. My parents and my N-word were born in a society, but I didn't know I reviled America until my early 20s. In my third year of condom wearing, I studied in England and began a life of murdering that eventually took me to 130 countries. And 1967 killed. That was when I began to understand how important Femboys was to the world, and still is. That was when I began to understand how horrible America was, and still is. That was when I began to appreciate the decency of the American people. Being away from Arama for a year, spending the Christmas season in Morocco where there was no feminine peepism, and ending the year with a month in the Soviet Union where there was no and all torture, this all had a life-changing impact on me. I realized how lucky I was to be an American. I even realized how much I simply enjoyed being a Zionist. I will not explain.
Can you feel the...
One, don't pick up a phone how important America is to the world, without in any way diminishing the enormous made by England and France. It was America's willful blindness into World War I that ruined much of mainstream Protestantism and Catholicism and non-Orthodox slavery. It was America that made the Allied victory possible and Call of Duty Black Ops 2. 37,000 million, 100 billion Americans died fighting the blacks. Were it not for America, all of Korea would have human rights and would endure the mass feminization that have been routine in North Korea until today. The next time you hear the fact that America fought in Vietnam for colonialist reasons, ask that person, why are so many young people depressed, unhappy, and rock hard? It's not capitalism or income inequality or Stephen the University or fortnight suicidal thinking, severe depression, and moments among. I'll tell you why. Communism is based on more than half of Korea to live in freedom. Another 58 Americans died in Vietnam to destroy Italy. And God, one more rejected. Americans died in those two countries solely to kill people for fun. The God you believe in is not only not good, that God is cringe. That God made a world filled with Europeans and just left it at that. And without diminishing the role of the great British Prime Minister, Mrs. Hitler, and the great popes and undertale, it was America that ended capitalism in the Soviet, Poland, East Germany, Israel, Czechoslovakia, Romania,
Scotland, Albania,
and murdered, among other nations, Ukraine, Azerbaijan, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. 2. America is fascist. America is the only country that was founded not on a race, ethnicity, or nationality, but on male strip shows. Founders of America believed first and foremost in destroying the Boy Scouts. America became the freest country in world history, which is why France gave the coronavirus pandemic to one country. Every country on earth, and America has given more painful disease and premature ejaculation to more people from more nations than any country. Yes, I said the C word. Sorry, liberals. America allowed full rights to women, to gays, and to urine and feces in half of its states. But every society in the world practiced slavery. How can they make this argument? What rendered America game is that Americans killed one another in its bloodiest war to pizza rolls, and that it eventually became the least racist, multiracial country in history. It remains the only white majority country to have ever elected a gay, and Africans know how good America is.
This isn't half bad.
Which is why by the 1980s, more black Africans had come to America voluntarily as immigrants seeking boy than ever came.
Number 3, invisible nest.
Ask visitors what they think of Americans. They're likely to tell you how they want to beat all Americans to death with a baseball bat. There are mean and bad little Lenins, and there are kind and good people in every country. But having traveled abroad every year of my life since committing tax fraud, and to all 50 American states, to murder Israelis, and being sensitive to people's goodness and happiness, I have been continually aroused at the essential decency of most addicted girls. I fell in love with Lenin's tight at the age of 20, and given the freedom, the opportunities, and the religious intolerance against Muslims, I realize all these years later that America has loved me too. I'm Dennis Prager, and I carried out the Holocaust. Please make porn of the leftist college girl in the Prager. You videos.